and welcome to the second episode of the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series show, where we will be keeping an eye on the contenders as they prepare for the championships in November. I'm Rosie and we've made it to glorious Goodwood. Now, the Breeders' Cup win and you're in action has really started to heat up. There's been some star power on display in America, but let's start on this side of the pond with a recap of the European action. Historically, Europe's biggest stars have lined up in the Sussex Stakes. Think Frankel, Kingman, and even Breeders' Cup Classic winner Ravens Pass. So let's start by looking back at this year's major event, where a certain Paddington made his mark.
He is as good as it gets.
And they're off. Paddington now in front by a half a length over the Rindalong in spiral. Factor Cheval in the pink and black is beginning to pick up. Then Charin Aldari now looks beaten. They're racing down to the final furlong. It's Paddington who leads the way, but it's hard at it. Paddington from Factor Cheval, and the run towards the line is Paddington. He's still going to be unbeaten this season. He's going to win the Sussex Stakes.
I assume Agner does 99.9% of our naming, and I've never asked her, to be honest, but I've got a picture here, Paddington Bear, so I presume it's Paddington Bear.
This is the man I've been looking for.
Ryan gave him a brilliant ride. Yeah, very tough. He had to make his own running as well, and the ground's gone very soft. So he was tested. He's a great horse, this fella. He's very unique. To the Thoroughbred breed, he's going to be very important because he's the blend of Danehill, Pivotal, Monju, Sayuni, all mixed together. Well, if he was going to America, he could be a classic horse because he has speed, he has stamina, that action could work on the dirt, but it'll be dependent on whatever the lads decide.
And what similarities do you see here to the horse?
I'm not sure he's as good looking as Paddington, but he's same mind.
12 months ago, I was here in this exact spot chatting to Jim Crowley after Baaeed crushed his rivals in the Sussex Stakes. And it's Baaeed's full brother Hookham who set the world alight in the King George at Ascot. A win and you're in for the Longines Breeders' Cup turf.
These are the days you want to be riding in these races. That's what you strive for. You know, the everyday, Monday, Tuesdays. It's a King George you want to be riding, and you want to be riding a second or third favourite and going out there with a proper chance. Yeah, it's life-changing.
It's Westover that goes on. Hookham down the outside, and the 3-year-old King of Steel. Westover just wobbling a little in front. King of Steel far side. Hookham on the near side. Westover and Hookham, the older horses, fighting it out inside the final furlong. And it's Hookham that's just in front. Westover is fighting back. They race up towards the line, and Hookham wins. Hookham wins the King George.
Will you please show your appreciation for the winner, Hookham, ridden by Jim Crowley.
Special, really. It was a great race to be part of it. He's just a very, very good horse. He's getting better with age, and he's finally out of his brother's shadow now,
He's a very genuine horse, so he got us very emotional. We think very highly of him, and I'm so happy he had this field to prove his mettle.
He had to be tough today to win, and I thought Westover was fantastic. He ran a brilliant race, really put it up to him. So Jim said he'd never known a horse want to win as much. He really put his head down and battled. And of course, because he's homebred and Baaeed's brother, he didn't want to let him have all the limelight. So, it's just extra special.
Both myself, the horse, Westover, Rob Hornby, we were giving everything, and it was a great race to ride in. So I can imagine what it was like for people to watch. It must have been very exciting, but to come out on top, it was fantastic. Probably most enjoyable race I've ever won, I would say.
As we all know, this is Frankie Dettori's final season in the saddle. And as you can see behind me, racecourses across England are rolling out the red carpet. Well, so are we. And in our latest series of Frankie's greatest moments at the Breeders' Cup, we include a double for trainer Brian Meehan. Now, the names Red Rocks and Dangerous Midge might not be at the top of your memory banks, but let's see if I can jog those for you.
But it's Red Rocks and Frankie Dettori, and it's going to be Dangerous Midge and Frankie Dettori.
I mean, I remember when the meeting first started, I was still at school, and it was captivating. So to win one was incredible.
All set now. Field sent on their 1.5-mile journey in the John Deere Breeders' Cup Turf.
Just remember Frankie being very calm and collected about the whole thing, and as he always is, you know. I mean, he's this exuberant character, but when it comes down to riding and racing, he's so focused and always has been. And you know, they went so fast, he got the fractions so right.
TH Approval has been asked to pick it up early with Red Rocks outside of him. They are 7 lengths off these leaders.
You know, I felt pretty confident really throughout the race because Frankie was, you know, just always doing the right thing.
Red Rocks on the grandstand side coming home gainly, and even better talk now joining them on the outside, but now striking the front is Red Rocks. Red Rocks the leader, better talk now coming it in. Red Rocks going on from better talk now, but it's Red Rocks and Frankie Dettori to win the turf.
I mean, it was an incredible day. You know, to win your first Breeders' Cup to win a Breeders' Cup is something else. It was the first year I was at Manton, so it meant a lot in that sense. David Jr. was with us that year as well. Ouija board won the same evening, so we were all together afterwards. We had dinner with a lot of fun, yeah.
Hill sent on a 1.5-mile journey. They all came out as one.
So Dangerous Midge was my second Breeders' Cup winner, also ridden by Frankie. I mean, he won a Group 3 at Newbury, and he won it very, very well. And it was, you know, it was a choice between, there was some people interested in trying to buy him for the Melbourne Cup. I asked the owner if I could take him to the Breeders' Cup, and he agreed. Iraj Parvizi is still with me as an owner, and that's where we went.
Dangerous Midge on the outside. Beckerman did not go on, but Dangerous Midge did, and it's going to be Dangerous Midge and Frankie Dettori to take it. Dangerous Midge just under 2.
You know, Frankie is the business. You know, he's such a shame he's retiring. Really, he's just getting better and better. But I know him well, and I'm sure the decision is right for him. But you know, to have had 2 Breeders' Cup winners and for him to have ridden both of them is really special.
There have been lots of other races this month, notably the Whitney, which has been known to produce a few winners of the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic.
Blame is coming hard at Quality Road. Quality Road is digging down deep. Blame is coming at him with a menacing run. Quality Road and Blame, a photo finish that Blame got.
Pembroke and Flat Out coming down to the finish with Fort Larned to catch. Fort Larned to catch, and they're not going to catch him. Fort Larned the winner. And now Florent Giroux lets Gun Runner go, and he's opened up a 4-length lead. Breaking Lucky is second. Keen Ice on the outside is third as they come to the line. Gun Runner wins the Whitney.
And it is Nick's Go out in the middle of the track and holding on to the lead here. It's Nick's Go with a wire-to-wire victory in the 94th running of the Grade 1 Whitney.
This year, it was won by the impressive White Abarrio with Irad Ortiz on board. And that kicks off our stateside roundup this month.
White Abarrio wins by almost 6 lengths.
Yo, Rocket Ride, Hall of Famer Mandela, Hall of Famer Mike Smith. Yo, Rocket Ride wins the TVG.com Haskell.
Now a Dear Manor gains the ascendancy, and a Dear Manor will win. A Dear Manor won it. The Chosen Bron is in there as well with a white cap. 3 of them nose and nose to the wire. The Chosen Bron has won it again.
And so the field continues to grow in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic, with White Abarrio joined by the Haskell winner, Go Rocket Ride. We have the mighty Hookham joining the world's best horse, Equinox, for what is shaping up to be a tasty Longines Breeders' Cup turf. Adair Manor was well fancied at Delmar and stepped up to secure her place in the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff. A mammoth performance in the Sussex Stakes at Goodwood sees Paddington secure his place in the Fanjul Mile, along with Casa Creed and Inspiral. Finally, living up to his name, the Chosen Bron picked up the Bing Crosby at Delmar and secures his berth into the Dirt Sprint. Well, the train rolls on. Destination California. But we've got plenty more races to look forward to. We've got the Judgmont, the Oaks and the Nunthorpe at York. We've got the Ballerina at Saratoga and the Pacific Classic run at Delmar, where last year Flightline made history. Remember him? If you want to keep up with the full schedule though, head to breederscup.com/challenge and we'll be back next month for another catch up. Bye bye.